It made me question, why did I become a police officer? Because it really seemed like no one really wanted us around.
You want me to call the police?
I was kind of at a crossroads after I graduated from college, and my degree was in nutrition and exercise science. And that's not what I was really interested in. I wanted to have a larger impact.
I'm a member of the LGBT community, so by being a police officer, I get to carry that with me into the calls that I go to.
It just warms my heart when I'm in this uniform and I can have a great conversation with someone and have them laugh.
My mother is Canadian, was born and raised in Canada. She married my father, who's American. At a young age, my parents told me that I told them that I wanted to be a motorcycle cop.
Kind of throughout my life, I've really acknowledged systemic racism within our communities and how it's in every system.
I've been with the department now for almost 13 years, and it has gone from 1 or 2 people in a squad to LGBTQ plus people in every single precinct, every single squad, on every single watch.
I wasn't born in the States, I was born in the Philippines, moved here when I was 5 years old. English was not my first language. For me, when it comes to the community, like for example, in the Chinatown International District, that was something that I could relate to them to.
The job is very challenging, day to day, dealing with a lot of bad things, responding to somebody who jumped off a building and killed themselves, watching somebody kill themselves. That's challenging in itself.
It really motivated me to want to make change in that, but on a larger scale. With what happened with George Floyd, that was a unique situation where I really felt like for the first time, law enforcement and community really agreed that that was absolutely wrong.
I am the Seattle Police Department's LGBTQ plus liaison, and I manage the Safe Place program here in the Seattle Police Department throughout the country and internationally. The Safe Place program was invented by the Seattle Police Department back in 2015.
It's been a roller coaster, emotionally, really. So for me personally, I've had some difficult conversations with friends and family. I've had some nights where I have cried.
For me specifically, is being half black, half white, and people perceiving me as something that I'm not.
We haven't done anything where we've seen that change that is good enough for our community to really thrive. So we're always going to be at the beginning until we're able to kind of propel ourselves past it.
There are horrible things that happened in our past between the police and the LGBTQ plus community. A good day to me is when no hate crimes occur in the city, but unfortunately that's not always the case.
It made me question, why did I become a police officer? Because it really seemed like no one really wanted us around.
The whole gamut of what we're dealing with is extremely challenging, and I would say disappointing. 2020 it's kind of ironic that it's the magnifying glass almost about what's going on with race, because it's been a challenge my whole life.
It is difficult right now, especially just kind of knowing both sides. I shouldn't say sides. I really hate that it's sides, but
I usually will reach out to a handful of victims throughout the day and make sure that they feel heard and supported.
I actually have seen a lot of other fellow officers leave to other agencies that I started my career with. They're my family, so it's hard to see them go.
I've been told who I can date, who I can date. I've been told I'm not black enough for this, I'm not white enough for that.
And so having those two things clash, it has been very difficult because, it's very heavy.
You want me to call the police?
By the way, this gentleman killed his mother and his sister. Do you have that on tape?
There are horrible things that happened in our past between the police and the LGBTQ plus community.
Systemic racism.